If you're selling what people want, people will buy. They'll buy sportiness. They'll buy good design. They'll buy color. They'll buy new ideas. They'll buy the look of beauty. And because people buy these things, they'll buy your new 1955 cars. It's easy to sell what people want, especially when your product has what they want. This is the man who helped design your new cars under the direction of Chrysler Corporation's chief designer, Virgil Exner. He gave your cars the line, the trim, the interiors, the colors that people want. So you'll be able to sell your cars with confidence, knowing that they're right. Take the line. Your cars have a forward look, the look of moving forward, even when they're standing still. Virgil Exner has given your cars the look of motion. Motion is exciting. You know the feeling of moving forward fast. Forward motion has shape, a long flowing line. Going nowhere has shape too. The lines of some of our competitors' cars are so boxy that they look as though they're going nowhere. Forward motion has a different line entirely. This exciting forward line that people want is the line that Virgil Exner has built into your new 1955 car. You'll sell your customers more easily if you point out that the cars have a longer line. And if you point out how much sleeker they are, and how much closer to the road, and that the new Horizon windshield has a swept-back look, the only windshield of its type in the industry that wraps around top and bottom for more visibility and safety, and that the top of the car slants inward. This gives the top a sportier look without cutting down on headroom. You can show your customers these same features on your new cars. Show them how the top slants in. Show them how the windshield wraps around top and bottom and how the windshield post sweeps back. Show your customers how the lines of the body give the car an exciting look, a forward look. These are the lines that give your car the feeling of motion that people want. Point them out and you'll sell, and sell plenty. And in your new 1955 cars, you have even more that you can sell with confidence. You know they'll like the line. Now, take the trim. People like bright and shining things. Best when it is put in the right places. And Virgil Exner has put the chrome trim in the right places on your new cars. You can tell your customers that the chrome isn't just slapped on willy-nilly. It's put where it belongs. Let's see how Virgil Exner has used the chromium. The massive front grille gives a more expensive look. The bumper is bigger and set lower to the ground. The forward thrust of the headlight hood emphasizes the forward look. The chromium outlines the wraparound windshield and highlights the swept-back windshield post. The wheel discs are designed to reflect light and give a look of speed. The side trim emphasizes the long line. Even the taillights sweep back in line with a longer look. The rear bumper doesn't look tacked on. It's a part of the car. The well-designed door handle blends in with the body lines. And like all the other chrome trim, accents the forward look. Not only do you have the line and the trim, you have the interiors to talk about. Inside your new cars are some of your best-selling features, because the new interiors have the same decorator look that people are buying for their homes. Women like fabrics that have color and life. Fabrics that are rugged. Everybody likes a lively pattern. Put them all together and they add up to the kind of fabrics people want. The rich and exciting fabrics used in the interiors of your new cars. This is one. And this. And many more. So get your customers to step inside your cars, because once they're inside, they'll imagine that they own all this. Let the women feel the luxury that surrounds them. Put the men behind the wheel where they can see the smart instrument panel with its power flight control, linked to that all-powerful engine. Point out the new light gray, twice as wide, twice as safe brake pedal. As they look around, they'll see the sweep of the inside trim. Now, tell them that there's still another story. Color. Tell them that the colors inside are designed to go with the bright, clear colors outside. Your cars have young colors. Tell the wives they're fashion colors. This year, your customers have more colors to choose from than ever before. Say that they're put on with special paints that reflect more light. Everybody loves color. The color that America is buying would fill 1,000 carnivals. colors that America wants are the colors of your cars and the line they want. The forward look, it's there. Show your customers the long forward line of the cars. Talk about it, and you'll sell them. Gleaming beauty. Your cars have it. So show your customers that the chrome trim is used right, that you're selling the beauty they want. Interior luxury. Invite your customers to sit inside your cars. You're selling interiors as beautifully decorated as their homes. And color. Remember, these days, almost everything your customers are buying has color, and you have more color to sell than ever before. Sell your cars with confidence because they're right. They have the things people are buying. That's why you'll be selling more cars in '55 than you ever did before.
Now that is a beautiful car, the new DeSoto. They call it the smartest of the smart cars, and it really is. This is the new forward look, eager, graceful, and distinctive. The contrasting color suite flows along the side dramatically, and every part of the car is beautifully styled, from grille to taillight. I think the new DeSoto is the best-looking car on the road.
What's more, the new DeSoto is the best buy on the road. Even with all that beauty and blazing performance, the new DeSoto costs much less than you think. This year, DeSoto sales are almost twice as great as last year's. Your DeSoto dealer is trading in volume. That means right now he can afford to give you a really good deal on a new DeSoto. Drive a DeSoto before you decide. Price a DeSoto before you decide.
Watch, for here is sheer magic. For now, the completely all-new Plymouth comes to life. It's longer, more than 10 inches longer. It's lower, it's wider, it's bigger. Here for the first time is a truly big luxury car in the lowest price field. Never before has so much beauty, so much styling, so much motor car been offered to so many for so little. Everybody wants a car with clean, sweeping lines, styled with imagination and good taste. This is it, a new idea of advanced styling. For example, that bigger, truly wide-angle windshield is wrapped around at the top as well as at the bottom. As a result, those strong, slenderized pillars are moved way back for unobstructed vision and cleaner styling. And that same beautiful advanced new styling is carried into a whole new concept of interior color harmony. Everywhere inside this modern beauty, you see the new idea at work. Here are new and luxurious upholstery fabrics in a wide selection of weaves and color harmony. Smart new vinyl trim, gleaming, smartly styled hardware, all adding up to a car whose beauty and quality are more than just surface. Notice how complete this color harmony is. Headlining, upholstery, carpeting. Everything is color-keyed to blend perfectly, to give this all-new car a satisfying appearance of stunning beauty. Up front, there's more roomy luxury, more eye-catching distinction, more comfort, more convenience than ever before. Yes, this is the car. This is the styling that makes Plymouth the one car designed for the young in heart.
From blueprints of the things you wanted most in a motor car, Chrysler stylists, designers, and decorators created a totally new concept of automotive design in the magnificent all-new Chrysler for 1955. The car with the $100 million look. Here is brilliance of fashion in exterior line and color. Chrysler's new sweeping silhouette with superb new interior richness and ultra-luxurious riding comfort. You'll ride years ahead of the crowd in America's most smartly different motor car, Chrysler for 1955. Now at your Chrysler Plymouth dealers. See him tomorrow.
Be wonderful. Drives like a dream. Everything works so well, so efficiently. Everything is planned so conveniently and comfortably. It handles so easily, rides so smoothly, looks and is so beautiful. Everyone thinks it's an expensive car. But actually, our Dodge costs only a little more than the small cars we were looking at. And we got a wonderful trade besides. Why don't you see your Dodge dealer? Love, Mary.
Folks, right now is the best possible time to buy your Dodge, because your present car may never again be worth so much in trade. So make it a point to see your friendly Dodge dealer this week and find out how little more it will cost to step up to a big new 56 Dodge, value leader of the forward look. Thank you.
Enjoy the safety of real power steering. DeSoto full-time power steering. Safer, easier. Only DeSoto in the medium-priced field gives you power steering that works full-time at all speeds for easy driving under all conditions. In fact, with DeSoto full-time power steering, even parking's as easy as dialing a phone. Save money with a DeSoto dividend deal. Now's the time to drive a DeSoto before you decide.
Plymouth is first in the low price 3 with Jet Age styling. First with revolutionary push-button driving. First with a hi-fi record player. First with 90/90 turbo torque power. Plymouth offers first after first. Drive the Jet Age Plymouth 56. See your Plymouth dealer quick.
You're on the test track with 9 of America's fine automobiles. You'll see in action the Buick Century, the Buick Super, the Oldsmobile Super 88, the Oldsmobile 98, the Cadillac 62, the Chrysler Windsor, the Chrysler Saratoga, the Chrysler New Yorker, and the Imperial. The road tests you're about to take part in were filmed here on the Chrysler Engineering Proving Grounds at Chelsea, Michigan. Test conditions for all cars are guaranteed equal by Ross Roy Incorporated. Tests were run over a period of 4 weeks under all kinds of weather conditions, and each test was run many times to get a true performance picture of the cars. The test cars are not specially built Daytona racing models. They're cars any man can buy. They're production line automobiles obtained direct from dealers. The only optional equipment added is power steering, power brakes, and automatic transmissions. The cars have been tuned to factory specifications. Professional test drivers are behind the wheels. These are road tests, tough side-by-side road tests, the kind every new car buyer would like to make before reaching a decision. That's why we take you to the test track, where we'll see the Cadillac, the Imperial, and the New Yorker accelerate from 0 to 60 miles an hour with transmissions in drive range. Watch the car that takes the lead. When the driver turns on the headlights, that means he's hit 60. Watch now. Watch. There it is. It's the New Yorker, and as it hits 60 miles an hour, Imperial follows closely, and then Cadillac. Now it's the Buick Super, the Olds 98, and the Chrysler Saratoga in the same standing start acceleration run. You'll know the test is over when you see the winning car's headlights. There they are. When the Saratoga hits 60, it's ahead of the Olds 98 and far, far ahead of the Super. Now let's try the Century. Actually a hotter car than the Super, with Dynaflow in low. That's giving the Century its best range for acceleration, and we'll test it with the old Super 88 and the Chrysler Windsor, which are in drive range. Watch for the headlights. And there they are. Now we'll test them for highway passing ability. So let's switch to a test for acceleration from 25 to 70 miles an hour. The Cadillac, Imperial, and New Yorker are cruising at 25 now, and there they go. Transmissions are in drive range. You'll see the headlight signal when the lead car hits 70. There's the finish. New Yorker, Imperial, Cadillac. Now it's the Buick Century, old Super 88, and the Chrysler Windsor. Decide for yourself which car in this price group you'd rather be driving when there's a chance to pass on a crowded highway. Watch for the lights. It's Windsor with ease. Buick Super, Olds 98, and the Chrysler Saratoga take the 25 to 70 mile an hour test. Again, the transmissions are in drive range when the drivers get the signal to accelerate. And when Saratoga hits 70, Buick and Olds follow as they wind up this test for safe passing performance. But you're on the test track to see the toughest kinds of road tests. So take a ride down the steepest paved hill in America. This is a 32% grade, and it's the final test for brute acceleration power. Here's Cadillac at 300 horsepower and Imperial at 325 horsepower. Let's watch our two most expensive test cars climb this hill in drive range. Here they come. It's Imperial leading Cadillac to the top. Now we're watching the Windsor against the General Motors car that showed the fastest acceleration in the 0 to 60 tests. So it's Windsor against old Super 88. Both transmissions are in drive range. And there's your test result. Chrysler has the go power, but can it match it with stop power? Let's find out as the New Yorker, Imperial, and Cadillac take a panic stop test from 60 miles an hour. If they're exactly even, they'll get the flag. Drivers hit the brake pedals with full force. There's your road test evidence. Here comes Windsor, Old Super 88, and Buick Century at 60 miles an hour. Watch the Buick and Olds. Those GM brakes grab sometimes. And it's Windsor, Oldsmobile second, and Buick third and off the road as we wind up these tests for stopping ability under emergency conditions. Of course, there's another condition that some drivers have faced, brake fade. To test for brake fade out here on the track, the New Yorker, Imperial, and Cadillac are completing a series of 5 quick stops from 60 miles an hour. This will heat up the linings and make them fade. That is, lose some of their stopping ability. We'll start the cars side by side on the 6th stop and see which one has the greatest resistance to brake fade. There it is. The New Yorker stops first, Imperial second, and Cadillac shows the most brake fade. The same test now for the lower-priced cars. They're completing the series of 5 brutal high-speed stops. They cruise side by side at 60, get the flag. There's your finish. Windsor, Old Super 88, Buick Century. So you've been on the test track for side-by-side braking tests, which show that Chrysler-built automobiles have the stop power to match their go power. And now we're riding in the Cadillac to check for steering ease. The driver is taking us through the pylons by steering with a special steering effort wheel. It measures the amount of muscle required by the car's power steering system. We're doing a steady 15 miles an hour. And that special wheel is registering 6 1/10 pounds of effort for the left turns and 5 9/10 pounds of effort for the right turns. Now we're inside the Imperial to see how much muscle the same driver needs to steer the same course at the same speed. That steering effort wheel is registering 2 9/10 pounds of effort on the left turns and 3 3/10 pounds of effort on the right turns. So the Imperial takes about half the manual effort Cadillac does. Yes, there's quite a difference in power steering systems. But steering effort is just a part of steering control. So let's test for safe handling by taking these pylons at 40 miles an hour. This is the Windsor. Now the Saratoga with the same driver. These pylons are only 60 feet apart, so any car that can wind through them at 40 miles an hour certainly shows safe control. Here's the New Yorker. Next, the old Super 88. Same driver, same speed, same test. Now it's the Olds 98. A test like this indicates how quickly the rear end will break loose on slippery pavement or loose gravel. The Buicks take their turn with the Century first. This kind of test also shows how much control the owner will have if he has to steer around a sudden obstacle. Here's the Super, a heavier car than the Century. Carrying that weight on 4 coil springs could make it a little difficult to... Well, let's see where he landed. You've heard about the stability that's built into Chrysler automobiles. You're seeing what a difference this makes. Now the Cadillac, General Motors' best. The on-again, off-again action of its part-time power steering could... Well, there's the end of the test. Here's the Imperial, heaviest and biggest car on the track. It's shaving him mighty close under the same conditions that threw the other cars off the road. Here's a test for stability under more normal conditions. The Windsor is going around a curve that's marked for a safe speed of 25 miles an hour. It's taking it at 50 to see if it has an extra margin of safety. In the same price class, the old Super 88. Look at him turn on the power to pull out of that skid and keep out of the ditch. Now the Buick Century. The Saratoga. Notice that the Chrysler cars can take these curves at 50 with less lean. That means more than comfort. It means safe control, too. Just compare it with the Olds 98. It's a good thing it's a professional driver taking this curve at 50. This is the Buick Super. The Chrysler New Yorker. Full-time power steering with a constant feel of the wheel and with less steering wheel turning helps in a situation like this. Watch the Cadillac. Now the Imperial. Same 50 miles an hour. The Imperial makes the test look easy. Driving control that's safe, sure, and easy. Stopping power that's positive. Accelerating power that's quick and ready. These are just some of the driving qualities for which you'd like to road test these cars. But how about a comfortable car? For instance, how about a car that doesn't pitch you back in your seat at every traffic light? You'll see a difference when the Century and the Windsor accelerate in slow motion. Keep your eyes on the horizontal bars and notice the difference as Century dips low in the rear. Now it's the Olds 98 accelerating with Chrysler Saratoga. Cadillac 62 and the Imperial. They both burn rubber, but one squats low in the rear, the other rises and takes off. Now let's move to a much tougher test for comfort. A country railroad crossing that's deceiving to the eye. Looks like any car could take this crossing at 30 miles an hour, doesn't it? All right, let's see what happens to the Buick Century. Watch that rear end. Let's try the old Super 88. See how long the front wheels can stay off the ground. And notice how long it takes this car to level out after the bump. Here's the Windsor in the same price class. Watch again to see how long it takes the car to level out. Torsion Air Ride brings it to a flat ride again pretty quick, doesn't it? Let's step up one price class. Watch to see if the Buick Super's front wheels take off. See if you can count how many times the front end rises and falls after the bump. Now the Olds 98. Watch that rear bumper when it bites dirt. Let's try the Saratoga. See if Oriflow shock absorbers can level off the car quickly for a smooth ride. Now we'll test the higher-priced group. Here's New Yorker. Look for the effect of Chrysler Corporation's synchronized springing on this car. Cadillac, a good car, a luxurious car, but at 30 miles an hour, it bounces. Just compare it with the Imperial. Would you like to make this comparison in regular motion? Cadillac? Imperial. Like to move up close and see what the front ends do in slow motion? Watch the wheels on this old Super 88. The Buick Century. Watch the rocks fly. The Chrysler Windsor. Had you wondered if Torsion Air was just an advertising slogan? Try the Buick Super. Now the Saratoga. No rocks and no roll. The Olds 98. Watch the front bumper. Take the New Yorker. You could take the Cadillac. But here's the Imperial. Care to ride over these tracks in slow motion? You're inside the Imperial. This is the effect of Torsion Air Suspension from inside the car. Now, take a ride at the same speed in a Cadillac. Feel it bobbing? Now, let's watch the Windsor follow the Super on the specially built Torture Road. It's taking the same bumps and dips, but look at the difference. Here's the Saratoga following the Olds 98 over the Torture Road. And here comes the Imperial following the Cadillac. Is there a difference between torsion bar springs and coil springs? You're on the test track to see the difference. You're on the test track at the Chrysler Engineering Proving Grounds near Chelsea, Michigan. You've seen cars competing in the toughest kind of side-by-side road tests. Cars with standard engines. Family cars with no optional performance equipment other than what the average man buys. Automatic transmission, power brakes, and power steering. The results of the road test you've witnessed can be duplicated by anyone who duplicates the conditions. But you don't need a proving ground to demonstrate the difference between Chrysler or Imperial and other makes. In your own hometown, there are places where you can demonstrate every one of the Chrysler advantages you've seen proved on the test track. Go power, stop power, comfort, safe control, and easy handling. There are places where you can make these benefits come alive for the prospect, right within driving distance of your own dealership. Find the places in and around town where you can demonstrate the Chrysler superiorities, then make your plan for selling them. You can start with style, for these long, low cars don't need a showroom background. As you drive along the street, ask your prospect to notice how high the other cars look. As for stopping power, the prospect can try a panic stop from 60 if he wants to, but you'll do just as well if you point out that Mr. Prospect can stop quickly, yet stop smoothly, stop flat, Stop with a feeling of firm control at any stop sign. Flat starts? Starting without squatting is a Chrysler Comfort exclusive. Why not ask a man to notice it as he steps on the gas? Flat cornering? The pylons help prove that Chrysler is safer and easier to handle around the turns. But you can make the same point as you go around any corner, for it's a fact that Chrysler leans less on turns, and it'll be a sales point if you bring it to Mr. Prospect's attention. Comfort? Sure, nobody drives over country railroad crossings all day, but few people do all their driving on smooth boulevards either. So it makes sense to pick a rough spot in your town and show how Chrysler handles it. Performance? Quick bursts of power for safe passing? Chrysler has it. And your prospect can prove it for himself on any open highway near town. That's what's important. You were on the test track to see the side-by-side evidence that Chrysler welcomes a comparison with anybody's car. But it's during your demonstration that a prospect learns for himself the reasons why he should buy a Chrysler.
Have you tried DeSoto's new triple-range push-button driving? In DeSoto for 57, you just touch a button and go. Split-second getaway in the most exciting car in the world today. And in DeSoto for 57, you got Torque Flight automatic transmission, the smoothest, most responsive transmission ever made. See and drive the 1957 DeSoto. With triple-speed push-button driving, it's the most exciting car in the world today.
Don't just picture yourself in this beautiful DeSoto. Come in soon and drive it. You'll discover quickly that DeSoto surpasses them all in both style and performance.
This is the 1957 DeSoto Fire Sweep, the car that's excitingly new. Here is a really big automobile with big car power and performance. Yet the 1957 DeSoto Fire Sweep is priced lower than some dolled-up versions of the low-priced 3. Make it a point to drive and price the 1957 DeSoto Fire Sweep, the most exciting car in the world today. DeSoto for 1957 with 4-season air conditioning. A single compact under-the-hood unit heats in winter, cools in summer. One quick, easy motion gives you
cool, crisp air in hot summer weather, filtered and dehumidified, free from dirt and pollen. And the same unit with the same simple controls delivers warm, clean, fireside comfort in midwinter.
Drive the car with 4-season air conditioning. DeSoto, the most exciting car in the world today. Meet Don Dolan. He's a progressive young man on the way up. And here's the Dolan's new car, a 1957 DeSoto Fire Sweep. Modestly priced, starting close to the lowest. Now DeSoto gives you big car beauty, power, and luxury. Full value at a modest price. Drive and price the 1957 DeSoto Fire Sweep, the most exciting car in the world today. Here's where the smoothest ride in the world starts. It's the most exciting ride advancement in 20 years. It's the 1957 DeSoto with new Torsion Air Suspension. Completely new riding comfort. Torsion Air Suspension gives you new driving safety, quick, easy handling, flat sports car cornering, level tracking. See and drive the 1957 DeSoto with Torsion Air Suspension as standard equipment. It's the most exciting car in the world today. Meet the 1957 DeSoto, barely 4 feet 7 inches from road to glamorous roof. Here in DeSoto is the exciting new shape of motion. Flight sweep styling, tail fins for highway stability. This is the breathtaking beauty of Flight Sweep 57. Low, long, luxurious. Make a date now to see and drive the 1957 DeSoto. It's the most exciting car in the world today.
Visit our showroom soon and see all the DeSoto features that will make your driving so much easier and more convenient. We'll be happy to give you a demonstration ride.
You have a date with the Angels, starring Betty White, Bill Williams as Gus Angel, presented by the Plymouth Dealers of America, who proudly sell and service the beautiful new Plymouth for 1957.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the season for automotive deals. From now on through the fall, you'll be hearing about the big deal, the bigger deal, and the biggest deal. Now, to keep you on the right track, let me urge you to remember that when you buy a Plymouth, you can proudly buy the car and not just the deal. When you buy the 1957 Plymouth of your choice, you're getting the car that independent automotive experts have declared to be the best car buy in America today, regardless of price. Plymouth, and only Plymouth in its field, offers you all the years ahead features you want in an automobile. Automatic push-button drive, total contact brakes, full-time power steering, flight sweep styling, and Torsion Air ride. You get all these exclusive features and more now in the 1957 Plymouth. You'll be smart to buy the car, not just the deal. Oh, you'll certainly get a good deal when you buy a Plymouth, because right now, your Plymouth dealer is selling more cars than ever before. And he's in a position to really give you the kind of buy you want. But with Plymouth, you also get the car you want, the features you want, the value you want. So, why buy just a good deal when you can buy the car and the deal? See your Plymouth dealer tomorrow and discover how easy it is to own the car that's 3 full years ahead today, the 1957 Plymouth. Buy the car, not just the deal. Thank you very much.
Attention, please. Attention. TWA Flight 56. Flight 56 now loading. Passengers, please use West Gate. Thank you.
Well, say, we're on that 6 o'clock overseas flight. Is it all right if I park my Plymouth here till after we've checked in?
Oh, pardon me, sir, but that's our flight. We'll be happy to have our attendant take care of your car.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that very much.
How do you like your new Plymouth? Oh, I just love it. Oh, it's by far the nicest car we've ever had. So beautiful and modern.
By the way, this is our first trip on your new Jetstream. What kind of a plane is it?
Well, look, you can see for yourself. Here comes one now. You know, TWA's new Jetstream is the largest, most luxurious airliner ever built. We've only had it in our service since the 1st of June.
Gee, it looks tremendous.
And I can assure you that your trip in the Jetstream will be just as relaxing and comfortable as riding in your new Plymouth.
Well, that sounds great. I guess there's only one thing your Jetstream can do that my Plymouth can't.
What's that, sir?
Fly over the ocean.
Attention, please. TWA Flight 74 now arriving from San Francisco at the East Gate.
Every day, everywhere, folks are leaving on vacation, just like some of my neighbors are doing right now.
Let's take a trip in a Plymouth.
Let's ride the best way of all.
Let's have some fun, dear.
Get out in the sun, dear.
Let's get away from it all.
What's fun of driving our Plymouth?
Short flight to lighten the load.
Coast down the highway.
Smooth as a skyway. Torsion air carpets the road. We'll travel around from town to town. We'll visit every state. And everywhere we'll hear folks say, your Plymouth sure looks great.
Off on vacation with Plymouth.
Best in the whole USA.
Travel in style, dear.
Save every mile, dear. Get in and start right away.
Hope you'll be with us again next week when the Plymouth Dealers of America take you on another date with the Angels.
That's us.
And in the meantime, be sure and stop by your nearby Plymouth dealer and see and drive the beautiful new Plymouth for 1957.
We know you'll like it.
Got a date with an angel, gonna meet her at 7. Got a date with an angel, and I'm on my way to heaven.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Plymouth dealer invites you to watch the Lawrence Welk program Top Tunes, and you tell it on the same network. And the dramatic show Climax every week on another network. Tom Kennedy speaking. Good night, everybody.
Direct from Hollywood, the champagne music of Lawrence Welk. Dodge and your Dodge dealers from coast to coast invite you to step in to the wonderful world of autodynamics, the world of the swept-wing Dodge for 1957. And here is your host, Lawrence Welk.
I know. Thank you. Thank you so much, and good evening, my friends. Another Dodge dancing party gets underway.
There are a lot of lookalikes in the automobile world today, but not when it comes to Dodge. From the wonderful world of autodynamics comes this dramatic new swept-wing styling climax for the dashing sweep of jet-inspired tail fins. Unmistakably Dodge. This year's ahead, 1-2 push-button driving feature, the safest, the easiest, the most mechanically perfect way to drive. Unmistakably Dodge. This big car, with its solid dependability, its fine heritage of quality, its beauty and luxury inside and out. Unmistakably Dodge. And beneath all this beauty, this mighty aircraft-type V8 engine up to 310 horsepower strong, engineered to deliver matchless power and performance over the miles and through the years. Unmistakably Dodge. Now, if you've got a new car on your mind, shop around all you want. Test drive them all. Compare in performance, size, luxury, advanced features, and price. Your choice, unmistakable. Dodge. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to show you an unusual demonstration of sound. Its purpose? To show you exactly what we mean when we say Dodge Torsion Air gives you a completely new realm of silence ride. Now here is our swept-wing Dodge at the actual test site, one of the roughest gravel roads we could find. Here we're attaching a microphone to the front fender close to the wheel where it can pick up outside road noises as we travel over this rough road. While one engineer does this, the other engineer slides into the front seat of the Dodge to install an audiometer, a sensitive instrument that measures sound in decibels accurately and without human error. And we're also mounting another mic inside the Dodge on the seat to record sound level inside the car. Now, the engineer taps the outside mic and the needle jumps. Now we check the inside mic. The needle jumps again, and we're all set for the test. Our engineer moves to the wheel, and off we go on this noisy gravel road. Now, let's check the sound level outside the car. Our engineer switches the audiometer to the outside mic, and you'll notice the high reading of the instrument. Here, noise level is high. The sound of wheel against gravel, dirt, and loose stones with jolt and shock of rough bumps. Now, when you go inside the car, you will find that level drops to a mere whisper, and see how the needle drops down. There. Outside the Dodge, almost a roar of unpleasant road sounds and noise. But inside, in the Dodge, you ride in a realm of silence, insulated and isolated from road noise and from shock. Friends, this Dodge realm of silence ride is just one more of the many wonderful, wonderful things, the great advances you'll find in the swept-wing Dodge for 1957. So, join the swing. Go swept-wing. Thank you very much. Out of the wonderful world of autodynamics, the swept-wing Dodge for 57 flashes your way. Ride. Ride for the sheer thrill of it in this beautifully poised, eager, proud new car. Dream just for the sheer thrill of the many places to go, the exciting things to do when you're driving and riding swept-wing. Gaze just for the sheer thrill of it at a car whose low, sweeping lines translate into looks, the surging power, the amazing performance you know Dodge delivers in this massive grille, in these twin headlights with their dashing foreign air, and back to the sweeping wings that give this Dodge its special name, swept-wing. Here, for the first time in any car, is swept-wing mastery of motion. A car shaped and created for you, waiting for you now when you join the swing to swept-wing.
Listen to this. Never before an engine so quiet, so smooth. It's DeSoto's all-new engine for 58. Watch this. That gentle touch says go to DeSoto's advanced design engine. Push-button torque flight and the new DeSoto engine are two reasons why you should drive DeSoto for 58. It's the look and feel of the future. Here's the exciting way to start a formal evening. Arrive in an eye-catching new DeSoto station wagon, the most glamorous way to go. And this handsome new DeSoto wagon can take the rugged life, too. Hauls more, unloads easy. You got utility and glamour both in this distinctive DeSoto station wagon. Get the look and feel of the future in DeSoto for 58. Look how easy it is to steer with DeSoto Constant Control Power Steering. Using an ordinary pencil, you can actually turn the wheel easily while the car is standing still. Yet Constant Control Power Steering gives you the feel of the road. And combined with DeSoto Torsion Air Ride, you get easy handling with no lean or sway. Get the look and feel of the future. DeSoto for $58. Big, bold, beautiful. DeSoto for $19.58. Glamorous new styling with smart dual headlights. Standard equipment on every model. A huge new wraparound windshield that wraps over at the top. Inside and out, this extra roomy DeSoto is brilliantly new. Get the exciting look and feel of the future in DeSoto for $19.58. Luxurious fabrics styled in rich, vibrant colors highlight every 1958 DeSoto. Who wouldn't be proud to pick up his date in Dad's glamorous new DeSoto hardtop? Here is a truly big car with ample space for full skirts and plenty of leg room. Brilliant new styling gives DeSoto the look and feel of the future. Drive DeSoto for $58.
Now the time has come to see the great new 58 DeSoto with the look and feel of the future. I've invited some interesting people over to see this beautiful car. And here they are. Gene Crane, Diana Lynn, and Gordon McRae. All right, George, let's show them the magnificent new DeSoto.
The car for you in 58 has style and beauty to captivate.
It's delightful.
It's delightful.
It's lovely.
It's lovely. It's DeSoto. You'll find that driving effortless in new luxurious roominess.
It's delightful.
It's delightful.
It's lovely.
It's lovely.
It's DeSoto.
This is it, the great new DeSoto for 58, with the look and feel of the future.
Oh, it's lovely. Now, that's the way a car should look. It's so long and low, really handsome and dramatic.
That's what we mean. It's the look of the future.
And back of that beauty, there's solid DeSoto quality. Fine materials, fine craftsmanship.
Say, Groucho, this new windshield is great, the way it curves back into the roof.
And it's brand new, Gordon. It's part of DeSoto's new styling.
There's much more glass area to give you the greatest visibility in history.
And you don't have to strain to see those high traffic lights.
And this interior, all the room. And I love these wonderful new fabrics. It's a beautiful car, Groucho. So luxurious and roomy. How does it drive?
It's better than ever. DeSoto's new kind of power steering gives you a natural feel of the road. Yet it does all of the work. That means easier, safer handling.
And don't forget DeSoto's famous push-button driving. It's the simplest, most dependable gear control ever made. Just push a button, and your DeSoto does the rest. So smoothly, you can't feel it.
Now tell them about the new Torsion Air Ride, George.
Well, DeSoto's improved Torsion Air Ride is the smoothest, softest ever. Yet there's increased stability for better control. You take even sharp turns flat, without sway or lean.
George, tell us about the engine.
Well, it's a new advanced design, Gordon. It's bigger, sturdier, and more rugged. There's greater displacement and more torque with far less vibration. Solid feeling engine. It's lighter, quieter, and thriftier.
It's gorgeous, Groucho. May I drive it?
You have to drive the new DeSoto to know how good it is. And by an odd coincidence, I have some new DeSotos outside. Let's go.
You can tell at a glance that this swell car is far in advance with the look and the feel of the future. Gee, but it's great. So make a date to see it soon without delay. Tomorrow's driving is here today.
It's delightful.
It's lovely.
It's delirious.
It's delectable. It's delicious. It's DeSoto.
Look ahead. Buy ahead. Buy DeSoto.
It's DeSoto.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you'll forgive me for stepping out of character for a really big moment. One I've been eagerly awaiting for weeks. For the many of you who have asked, what will the leader do next? I'm thrilled to present Plymouth's proud reply. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment. The big, beautiful new Plymouth, and it's simply wonderful.
Star of the forward look.
This is the luxurious four-door sedan. Isn't the new grille beautiful? Everything about this new Plymouth is years ahead.
And this Plymouth Suburban is the biggest station wagon of them all. Designed for any kind of a job. It has more new exclusive features than any other station wagon in the low-priced field. A wonderful car to own and drive.
And here's the new Plymouth convertible, just like mine. Never before has so much beauty and riding fun been built into any car. Just drive one.
Yes, sir. One look, one ride, and you'll agree. There's no catching Plymouth now.
Plymouth really is ahead for keeps.
Plymouth, car that's ahead for keeps. Car that's ahead for keeps. Plymouth, star of the forward look.
Sometimes you don't see what you think you see. Actually, there is only one girl in this picture. The reason you see several is because of a neat trick with mirrors. Tricks are used to create an impression or illusion. But there are no tricks about the new Plymouth. It's exactly as you see it. America's most advanced styled car. Its clean, uncluttered beauty stands as a fitting symbol of automobile styling perfection. From impressive new front end, with that custom car luxury look, along its low, sweeping silver dart lines, here is styling that will stay new for years to come. And only Plymouth in its field has the riding superiority of Torsion Air Suspension, the most advanced, complete suspension system in use today. It's yours at no extra cost in every new Plymouth. Now add to this all of Plymouth's many other sensational new features, and you'll see why there's no catching Plymouth now. Plymouth is ahead for keeps. And remember, be sure to see your Plymouth dealer tomorrow for your entry blank in Plymouth's gigantic Money Ahead contest. The grand prize is $500 a month for the rest of your life. And you may be the winner.
Is the year to make your dreams come true. This is the year to own the car designed for you. The star of the forward look. Plymouth for 1958. Puts you money ahead when you buy it, when you drive it,
and when it's time to trade again. And here's why. Plymouth's years ahead engineering features like this revolutionary Torsion Air Suspension system are standard equipment. Plymouth gives you proven economy and durability, established by the 1957 Mobile Gas Economy Run and Plymouth's recent 58,000-mile test run, more than twice the distance around the world. And Plymouth is styled for the future. You'll get more trade-in dollars tomorrow for this car that cost you less today. So make 1958 your year to own and drive this beautiful new money ahead Plymouth for 58 at your Plymouth dealers now. Thank you and Happy New Year, everyone!
Ladies and gentlemen, here's where you sit to drive the easy way in a push-button swept-wing Dodge. Now, let's show you how it works. Well, the first step is that button N, easy way to start. Next step, button D, another simple part. Then slide away automatically, almost imperceptibly. You just lean back and turn that wheel. The button drives out of the wheel. For reverse, touch the button R. Oh, this button part, best by far. Button 1, that's for power and low. Button 2 takes you downhill low. Well, that's it, folks. That's all there is to it. That's push-button drive, and that's how you do it. You see your dealer. Give it a try. And a swept-wing Dodge is a car you buy. Why settle for less? Why pay more? Get all the car you're paying for. That's swept-wing Dodge. Swept-wing Dodge. That's swept-wing 58 Dodge.
This is an average home in an average neighborhood where an average family lives. Now, there's a story here made up of this rocking horse, those roller skates, this bicycle, and this easy chair. Between the rocking horse and the easy chair is the road of life. A road that's traveled in many ways, on rocking horses, skates, bicycles, and by a motor car like the swept-wing 58 Dodge. Well, this family's Dodge is gone right now because, for them, a ride in it is really more fun than staying home. Dodge doesn't rock and sway like other cars. In place of coil springs, it has torsion bars. It doesn't ride you high, perched on top of the frame. It cradles you, low, secure. Doesn't give you a runaway feeling when you want to stop. Has total contact brakes. The Dodge isn't meant to sit quietly in front of the house. It's meant for the road. Swept-wing 58 by Dodge. The newest, greatest experience for any family's road of life. Now, how does the story end? It doesn't end. It begins at your Dodge dealers. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And folks, don't miss the exciting experience of driving the swept-wing Dodge.
This is what we call a pedestal camera. Now, with this television camera, we bring you many interesting pictures. Right now, I'll look through this viewfinder. We'll show you a swept-wing 58 Dodge. But wonderful as television is, there are many, many wonderful things that it just cannot do. For instance, It can't possibly bring you the feeling of effortless driving and the smoothness of Dodge Torsion Air ride, or the experience of complete control and mastery that's yours behind the wheel of this great car. I'm sure that many of you know the expression, one picture is worth 10,000 words. But when it comes to discovering the many wonderful advantages of that swept-wing 58 Dodge, believe me, one ride is worth 10,000 pictures. You see your Dodge dealer and take the wheel to get that swept-wing feel. Thank you.
Here's the car that's full of surprises. DeSoto for $19.59. Watch this. It's the most welcome car idea in years. DeSoto's new sports swivel seats lets a man step out easily, lets a lady step out gracefully. And this is just one of the many new features in the 59 DeSoto. See and drive the 59 DeSoto, the smart way to go places.
Don't just picture yourself in this beautiful DeSoto. Come in soon and drive it. You'll discover quickly that DeSoto surpasses them all in both style and performance.
This new DeSoto station wagon is right at home in town and country. Fashion leader in style. It's the smart way to arrive. DeSoto for $59 gives you beauty and comfort too. Carries up to 9 passengers. And for Dad, there's ruggedness and extra room. The rear seats fold down to give you more cargo space than any other wagon. Plan now to see and drive the 59 DeSoto, the smart way to go places. The 1959 DeSoto.
It's so beautiful.
Finest car I've seen. It's smart.
Oh, no, you can't fit in there.
What do you mean? This DeSoto was built for people. Look.
Plenty of room up here, too. This would be a joy to drive.
Of course, DeSoto 59 gives you people-sized roominess and fashion vogue trim. Drive the 59 DeSoto, the smart way to go places. Say, the Smiths bought their new DeSoto. There's a real family car. Just look at the size of that trunk. There's plenty of room on the inside, too, without squeezing it. And on the highway, there's nothing smoother than DeSoto's level cruise ride. Rugged torsion bars and springs iron out every bump and rut. Enjoy something new in driving pleasure. See and drive the 59 DeSoto, the smart way to go places.
Visit our showroom soon and see all the DeSoto features that will make your driving so much easier and more convenient. We'll be happy to give you a demonstration ride.
And now, friends, the time is here. The moment all of you have been waiting for. Tonight, the Plymouth Dealers of America proudly present the world premiere of the great new 59 Plymouth.
You are traveling now into the world of tomorrow, the world of the future, where before you stands the symbol of the future. The symbol of Plymouth for 1959.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Plymouth for 1959. Here is
Here's a car for the driving age of tomorrow, alive with the newness and spirit of the future. If it's new, Plymouth got it. New distinctive rear sport deck styling. New dramatic front-end personality, set off by dashing twin-set headlights. New flaring fin design in perfect harmony with the sweeping length and lowness of the future. And inside, new exciting luxury in Plymouth swivel seats that swing you out when you leave, swing you in when you enter. And a new fingertip control instrument panel featuring push-button control of instantaneous heat and ventilation. Here in every fine detail is a car that proudly boasts everything new for the future. New electronic mirror, new Magic Eye automatic headlight dimmer, and a new standard for performance in the spectacular Golden Commando V8. Biggest engine in the low-price field. All yours to prove if it's new, Plymouth's got it. The most exciting new car of the year. In style, in engineering, in performance and luxury, here is a car alive with the spirit of the future. See your Plymouth dealer tomorrow and drive Plymouth for 1959.
Thank you, folks. Thank you, Pete. Yes, folks, we're all very proud of the new 59 Plymouth. I hope you will visit the Plymouth dealers in your town tomorrow. I'm sure you'll share our excitement over this wonderful Plymouth car.
This is the symbol of the future, the symbol of tomorrow, the symbol of Plymouth for 59. Plymouth, the young car, the fun car, the fine car in its field. The car that says, if it's new, Plymouth got it. Plymouth for 59, the most beautiful, most luxurious, low-priced car ever built. If it's new, Plymouth got it. The 59 Plymouth has new advanced fin styling, new rear sport deck, new sweeping sidelines, new swivel seats, new push-button control center, new hood, new grille, new everything. In addition to this glamorous Sport Fury convertible, Plymouth proudly presents for 59 the luxurious Sport Fury two-door hardtop. The beautiful Fury four-door hardtop. The magnificent new 9-passenger Sport Suburban. In all, 29 new Plymouths for 59. See them all at your Plymouth dealers now. Look them over carefully, and you'll surely agree. If it's new, Plymouth got it.
There was fire and flame when this world began. The forge and foundry for the beginning of man. But soon this changed, as all things do. The old must make way for the new. Man came along and made a fire of his own, and forged the future with a hammer of stone. And as he worked, his knowledge grew, and the old made way for the new. The old made way for the new. thundering down the timeless ages, towering down through time's great pages, man's progress made way for the world of today, as the old made way for the new. Now before all the past stands an automobile, shaped by the fire of the blazing ideal that the old must make way for the new. Here stands Dodge for 59. Advanced design, clean, sweeping line. From wide, sweeping eyebrows to cut-back wings, here is tomorrow in many things. A roof contour, clean and neat. A special swing-out swivel seat. Horizon, unlimited through a wide windshield. Convenience features far ahead of its field. A mirror controlled automatically. Headlights controlled electronically. Push-button command of all driving ranges. Push-button control of all climate changes. New engine, new drivetrain, full-time power steering, each an achievement of Dodge engineering. Here is the car for the future and you, just as sure as the old must make way for the new. Dodge for 1959.
Rock Hudson, take one. Action.
Going places? Go DeSoto. It's a smart way to go places. Everything you see, everything you touch is new.
Cut. Print it. Fine, Rock. This is a smart-looking automobile.
Sure is. But that's only the beginning. Take a look at this, Charlie. It's DeSoto's new sport swivel seat. You just sit down, swing in, swing out, and stand up.
Say, that's a smart idea.
And listen to this. This DeSoto's really built solid.
Sounds like a bank vault.
And wait till you see how it performs. I took it out on the back lot this morning, and you should feel the way it took the bumps. It seemed to float over that rough road. And with the new Adventurer engine, you go places. It's sensational.
Sounds like a great car, Rock.
It is great. Drive the all-new DeSoto for 1959. Smart way to go places.
This is the elegant LeBaron Interior, a masterpiece of new color and new design. Wherever you look, dramatic new shapes tell you that everything is fresh and more luxurious than you imagined possible. Here is a new shape that gives you leadership in an unusual way. The steering wheel of the 1960 Imperial. Whether you call it a squared-off circle or a rounded-off square, the fact remains it is really new and boldly symbolic of the totally new way to live in an automobile that is evident all around you in the 1960 Imperial. The Imperial instrument panel has a massive and powerful appearance, yet a graceful, balanced symmetry. Dominant are the two circular instrument clusters, each individually hooded by an impressive brow. In the center of each cluster is a unique turn signal indicator recessed in a gun-type housing. Exclusive to the Imperial is the vertically arranged heater push-button console on the right and the transmission push-button console on the left. Safety padding across the instrument panel is, of course, standard equipment. Now, watch carefully, and you will see for the first time in any automobile a revolutionary new system of instrument lighting. This is panelescent lighting.
It is a totally new concept of instrument lighting in which the surface to be illuminated is coated with a special phosphorescent substance. When voltage is applied directly, the result is a soft, even glow. Panelescent lighting makes instruments easier to read since there is none of the glare or shadow distraction of incandescent bulbs. But even more important is the striking visual effect created, a subtle glow of unmatched beauty and elegance. This very special look of luxury will surely set the 1960 Imperial apart from all other fine cars. And now let's take a close-up look at the Imperial in color, because the color story for 1960 is also good news. There are fewer colors more carefully selected. Here is the distinctive Dawn Mauve and its elegant smoky counterpart, Dusk Mauve, two totally new colors created especially for the woman fine car buyer. Here is rich cedar green and the delicate softness of light mint. Brilliant regal red is complemented by the deeper regent ruby. Other feminine favorites will be crisp moonstone blue and the cooler glacier blue. Beach beige should prove a popular sport tone, or in warm contrast, the darker powdered bronze. You will have 12 color options on the LeBaron and 17 for the Custom and Crown series, all perfectly in tune with next season's fashion predictions. Elegance in motion, Imperial for 1960. On October 4th, this four-color spread will formally announce the 1960 Imperial to America. This advertisement will appear in Life, Saturday Evening Post, Time, Newsweek, and U.S. News and World Report. The spread will be followed by this attention-getting four-color page. In addition to this high-impact announcement campaign, we have created a special prestige campaign. This elegant black and gold spread, a dramatic innovation in fine car advertising, will appear in Fortune, Town and Country, Holiday, Sports Illustrated, and The New Yorker. This dramatic black and white ad will appear in major newspapers throughout the nation. This 24-sheet poster will be seen by our nation's motorists. This campaign will reach a total audience of over 103 million to bring prospects into your showroom and to pave the way for a golden sales year for the elegant 1960 Imperial, America's most carefully built car.
For people who love to drive, the renowned engineers of Chrysler Corporation designed the Chrysler 300, America's highest performance automobile. To describe and demonstrate the 300 for 1960, the 300F, here is Bob Roger, Chief Engineer of the Chrysler Imperial Division of Chrysler Corporation.
I'm Bob Roger.
I suppose you have all wondered from time to time just how and where an automobile design starts. As an engineer, I can tell you it starts with a question. Just who are the people we are designing this car for? Well, in the case of the 300F, we did have a particular group of people in mind. They are sportsmen. They're the type of people who like the feel of a fine machine, the throb of a powerful engine, like this one. It will take them anywhere they want to go. They like a feeling of oneness with their machine, a feel of the road. They like the ability to be able to snake their way through any traffic, around any turns. And I think if you're one of these people, you will appreciate what we mean when we show you some of the features that make this possible in the Chrysler 300F. From an external appearance, we want to achieve the psychological effect of this image of power and performance, of functionalness. We do this with a single, massive air intake opening, a minimum of ornamentation, and a minimum of chrome moldings. Now for a moment, imagine yourself as driver of this automobile, and notice how this magnificent, unusual interior contributes to the overall theme of a functional, high-performance car. You'll notice a thrill of anticipation of things to come just in the appearance of these 4 individual bucket seats. And as a driver, you'll appreciate the convenience of swivel seats in entering a contoured chair-type seat. Once in place, the driver realizes that these seats aren't just appearance. They aren't just window dressing. You feel the luxury of 4 inches of solid foam and the shape of the seat contouring you and holding you in comfort and safety. Notice down the center of this car, the instrument console provides a mounting for an armrest that adds to the feeling of security, as well as a place for an ash receiver, window controls, and note too the tachometer mechanically attached to the engine that registers engine speed. Our instrument panel is the new Astrodome type with electroluminescent lighting. This provides for increased safety in night driving because there's less glare from the instrument panel. The numbers and decoration of the panel are lights in themselves. You know, to get the feel of this automobile and the thrill, you really have to drive it. Now, speaking of driving, let me make one point perfectly clear. The sportsman who buys this type of car wants a geared-to-the-road feel. This is accomplished in the 300F with a firm suspension. That is, heavy-duty springs and shock absorbers. You won't get a baby buggy ride in the 300F, but you will get one that gives you a feeling of security and a sense of safety in all types of driving conditions. But, of course, the story in the 300 is the engine. Of course, everyone expects unlimited power from a 300. And this machine really has it. You know, as long as I've worked on this 300 engine, I still get a tingle every time we open the hood. And you will too. In here we have 413 cubic inches, fed by a brand new induction system. What you see here are 2 oversized 4-barrel carburetors on opposite sides of this engine compartment. Fed through long cast tubes across the engine compartment from the carburetor to the opposite bank is the air-fuel mixture. The theory here is to utilize an open induction system together with the inertia of a pipe full of air and fuel mixture and a sonic wave to crowd the most possible air-fuel mixture into each cylinder. We have an exhaust system with very large manifolding exhaust pipes, mufflers, and tailpipes. The camshaft itself is a race variety camshaft to give maximum output in the higher speed ranges. The engine itself develops, as a result of the ram manifolding, a peak torque that's about 15% higher than a normal engine of this displacement, and it develops it at a speed range where it can be best used for hill climbing and passing purposes. development of the 300F was a big job. But it's not really a job, it's sort of a hobby with the engineers. We've had a lot of fun building, trying out, testing. And at our proving grounds at Chelsea, Michigan, probably no other cars that we have made have put in more time being tried and changed and tried again. Admittedly, this was something all of us enjoyed. I remember one sort of rainy day in particular, when I finally turned over one of the development models to one of our best track drivers, Ralph Lockridge, with the instructions only to let her out. After Ralph had warmed her up on the big oval track, I timed his second go-around. Drivers like Lockridge are specialists, craftsmen. The sound of the tires in this high-bank concrete, the feel of the steering wheel at each speed, tell them more about a car in a few minutes than most of us can discover in a whole day. That's because they relate every new driving experience to hundreds of thousands of other test miles they've driven. And with Ralph Lockridge and every other driver who got his hands on her, the 300F was a love affair. When Lockridge brought her in from the Oval that day, his satisfaction was, if you'll forgive our boasting, tremendous. The handling, that special road clinging that the 300s do in any old situation, the resolute track speed, everything. Much more even than we had predicted. And we had predicted a lot. The same day, we reran a lot of acceleration tests, competitive tests with the 300E, the 1959 model of the 300, here in the foreground. We switched drivers back and forth so that an extra heavy foot on one accelerator wouldn't deceive us. I gave him the count. The lead the 300F takes is the result of ram manifolding. We've got some grades at our proving grounds, grades that we built into our back 40 with real surgical precision, intended, in fact, to take the spirit out of most cars. Our drivers knew what we wanted, fair, accurate acceleration tests. We put the 300E and the 300F together again in competition. And so, time and again, the count. And time and again, the reward for a year's labor of love. The proving ground is a wonderful place for running controlled tests, as you've seen. We can do things there that you just can't do out on the busy highways. On the other hand, it has its limitations too, because there are driving situations that occur on the highways, different types of roads, and heavy traffic that we cannot duplicate on the proving ground. This experience, of course, is important to the development of any new car, and we get it. From the Chrysler plant in Detroit, the development cars go looking for it. They go out nearly every day, and they log thousands of miles of town and country, all the places people drive. The 300s are city-minded as well as sports-minded. Give them a stoplight, and when it turns green, they'll be away from it and up to lawful speed before anything else on the road, American or foreign-born. Give them an expressway, and their drivers are where they want to be, at speed, up ahead, safely in the lead. or give them any country or suburban road, rough or smooth, and they're ready. Readier and more capable than any other car. Give them the offbeat stretches, and they give you back the romance of driving. Because the 300F is an engineering hobby. Give them the less certain routes of twilight, when driver and machine probably have more dependence upon one another for everyone's safety. And the 300s and their drivers team up automatically in a confidence of highway motion that isn't equaled anywhere. Or give them the clutter of the small town at holiday time, and you find out what exceptional unity of man and machine has been achieved. Give them dusk to dawn driving as we did this car, and you'll find the driver still alert, because the elaborate convenience of the 300's controls make his job most efficient. There's a new kind of communication between man and machine. Give them the high country, and give them any kind of weather, such as here in the Smoky Mountains. And the 300F's bright new notions of suspension, power, torque, balance and handling all give back to the driver not merely security, but the certainty, the thrill of being in full command. Or take the favorite justification of horsepower. The need to pass another vehicle safely, quickly, and to get promptly back into lane. No car can match the 300 here. In steep places or flat ones, it is almost never necessary to kick the transmission into a lower range. Get off the beaten path in a 300F. You'll find yourself hoping almost immediately that more paths will stay unbeaten. Handle the 300F as we have, over thousands of miles of the most miserable gravel and ruts, and you're bound to join a fair number of us who are engineers and test drivers in our special enthusiasm for the 300's firm, sure-footed version of Torsion Air Suspension. I think we've made the scenic backroads fun to drive with a car that's yours to steer or navigate. We sent a cameraman along on this particular southern route, looking, of course, for tough and scenic places, and assigned to wind up in Florida at Daytona Beach. The car was a test model. When building a car with the performance characteristics of this one, it's unavoidable that some of these sportsmen will want to enter the car in competitive events. As a Chrysler Corporation, of course, we do not participate in this sort of activity. However, at Daytona, one of our Chrysler Imperial dealers, Brewster Shaw, is a sports car enthusiast. Brewster himself has set a lot of records of various sorts on the famous sands at Daytona, and we agreed to let him give one of the early 300Fs a workout. If we were eager to hear the results, Brewster Shaw was just as eager to do the driving. He didn't give the new 300 more than 10 seconds rest before he took off for the beach. At the famous measured mile, Shaw had scheduled the NASCAR timing authorities for 2 different trials. The first was to be the flying mile. In the flying mile, a car is allowed a couple of miles distance to run up to its maximum speed before crossing the start line, at which the timing of 1 precise mile begins. The results of Brewster Shaw's flying mile runs here in this mecca of performance trials were more than we had anticipated, and more than Shaw had, too. Then he tried the standing mile over the same route. Precisely 1 mile from a standing start in the sand. A real test of the capability of a machine to accelerate quickly in the skilled hands of a good manager. And once more, the 300F had proven itself. Perhaps such things are triumphs, chiefly in the eyes of sportsmen or sports car enthusiasts. But they're also potent demonstrations of the obedience and responsiveness of a great driving machine. Naturally, no record attempt was made with this particular automobile on the sand. It, of course, was equipped for road cruising and was not tuned for this type of competition. For the real competitor, we do have something in the way of a goodie for the 1960 300. This consists of a special high-output 400 horsepower engine with a special race cam and mechanical valve gear, headers, an oversized dual exhaust system, and what you would like to hear, behind this package is a 4-speed manual shift, full synchronization gearbox. Well, now you've heard the story of the 300F, a story of magnificent power and performance. But to really appreciate it, you have to drive it.
The first thing you'll notice about Imperial of 1961 is its striking headlight treatment and its crisply formal grille. This is what we think a fine car should look like, a fresh interpretation of the basic Imperial concept. The men who build Imperial believe that a fine car should be elegant, with rich, hand-fitted fabrics and leathers, that it should be luxurious, with soft, deep foam padded seats, that its passenger compartment should be spacious, easy to get in and out of, and above all, that it be easy to drive. Imperial handles more obediently, performs more responsibly, and holds to the road more surely than any other fine car built in America today.
Drive it soon. Imperial, America's most carefully built car. There's no such thing as a new small Chrysler. No junior editions bear the Chrysler name. But there is a new lower-priced Chrysler, the Newport. The Newport's a full-size Chrysler in looks, in room, in ride and performance, in everything but price. Newport has Chrysler's full-size unibody, rattle and rust resistant, the only single-unit construction in its price class. Newport has Chrysler's full-size Torsion Air Suspension, smoother, quieter, easier handling, and a full-size Chrysler V8 engine that runs like a watch on regular gasoline. Newport has plenty of full-size room inside for a man to relax in. Drive it. Price it. It's now so easy to move up to Newport, the new full-size Chrysler in a new lower price range. Meet the big automotive news for 61, Chrysler 61, the luxurious New Yorker, the spirited Windsor, and featuring the all-new Newport, a full-size Chrysler in a new lower price range. Like every Chrysler, it's a full-size, grown-up car with stretch-out room for 6, with a new Firebolt V8 engine designed to cruise all day at turnpike limits on regular gasoline. See these 3 great Chryslers at your dealers today. No matter which you choose, New Yorker, Windsor, or the new lower-price Newport, you'll get all of the full-size excitement, all the full-size value that goes into every car that's proud to bear the Chrysler name.